As the reigning world champion, Max Verstappen continues to dominate the Drivers' Championship this year. His teammate Sergio Perez has struggled to keep up. Despite a promising beginning that saw him positioned alongside Verstappen in the title race, Perez has slipped into a secondary role. However, he is not the first to be overshadowed by the formidable superstar, and Christian Horner, the team principal, has openly acknowledged that he won't be the last. Sergio Perez's position within his team has been a topic of discussion, raising questions about his performance. Could Red Bull potentially reduce Perez's earnings if the rumours turn out to be accurate? Let's find out. Holding the second position in the Drivers' Championship, Sergio Perez's 2023 Formula One season has been marked by challenges. In contrast to his teammates' remarkable streak of 8 consecutive Grand Prix victories, Perez, who has the same equipment, has managed to secure a spot on the podium only 4 times during the same period. In the 2023 Formula One season, Red Bull is currently enjoying an extraordinary period of supremacy. The team from Milton Keynes has achieved an unprecedented feat by securing victory in 13 consecutive races, establishing a new record in the history of the sport. Max Verstappen, the reigning 2-time world champion, has remarkably clinched victory in the last 8 races. Should he triumph again at the upcoming Grand Prix in his home country, he will equal Sebastian Vettel's record for the most consecutive race wins by a driver. Amidst Verstappen's remarkable dominance, Sergio Perez has found himself trailing his teammate by a significant margin of 125 points. However, this specific number holds noteworthy significance. Dutch news site De Telegraaf reports that Sergio Perez's contract with Red Bull includes a provision stipulating that, if he lags behind Max Verstappen by a margin of 125 points or more, the team has the authority to reduce his salary and bonus. The Mexican driver's current deal is said to be worth around €7 million, with a bonus of €3 million. But both amounts could be at risk as Perez reached the 125-point mark following the Belgian Grand Prix. Now let's see, what potential impact might this have on Perez's future with Red Bull? The prospect of a mid-season reduction in a driver's salary could be seen as quite severe, especially considering Perez's current position in second place in the Drivers' Championship. However, what does the future hold for Perez beyond the 2023 season? Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has already affirmed that Perez will remain part of the team for the 2024 season, which also marks the final year of his existing contract with the reigning Constructors' Champions. However, the situation becomes uncertain for 2025, as Horner has revealed that Daniel Ricciardo is aiming to reclaim his former seat from that year onward. Ricciardo's ambitions are not the only factors challenging Perez's prospects of retaining his seat. Lewis Hamilton recently expressed that he would pose a stronger challenge to Verstappen if he were driving Perez's car. Additionally, Hans-Joachim Stuck has endorsed Ricciardo over Perez for the second Red Bull seat. To what extent, if at all, might this possible salary reduction influence Red Bull's driver selection for 2025? Let us know in the comment below. Let's take at Christian Horner's thoughts on Sergio Perez. Acknowledging the mental challenges of the position, Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has conceded that being Max Verstappen's teammate is the most demanding role in Formula One. He also made comments in the media. It would be tough, that's probably the toughest job in Formula One is to be Max Verstappen's teammate. Because the level that he's operating at, I don't think there is a driver in Formula One that would be able to take him on in this car. And I think that's a tough gig for anybody. He's got to be mentally very, very resilient to deal and cope with that. Speaking after the Belgian Grand Prix, Horner conceded it was unlikely that Perez could overturn Verstappen's dominant form to win the title. He said, "I think Checo knows that apart from a disaster for Max, this championship is out of his reach." Sergio Perez remains optimistic about securing his future at Red Bull, despite his recent string of performances raising doubts. Let's delve into his perspective on the matter. Experiencing a setback, the Mexican driver faced early eliminations in qualifying for 5 consecutive races, with no appearances in Q3 from Monaco to Britain. His inability to secure a top 10 grid position became evident during this period. Perez appeared to regain his confidence in the car and secured pole position in Miami. However, an issue during his teammates' qualifying session resulted in the championship leader starting from the 9th position on the grid. Subsequent to this race, Verstappen's exceptional performance led to an impressive streak of 8 consecutive wins, placing him just one victory behind Sebastian Vettel's all-time record of four-time world champion. Unfortunately, Perez's fortunes took a downturn amidst Verstappen's dominant run. Following his pole position in Miami, Perez encountered a challenging phase where he failed to advance to Q3 for 5 consecutive races. In retrospect, Perez acknowledged that his crash at the Monaco Grand Prix had a profound impact on his confidence and trust in the RB19. He also attributed some of the struggles to the unpredictable and changeable weather conditions that affected his performances. Perez also shared his thoughts with the media. "It's in my hands, that's why I'm focused on myself. I'm a winner and I don't like having bad weekends. It's not what I'm here for, I would rather be at home doing something else. I'm here because I know that I can do it, and I've done it before. People just on the sofa forget how much in the little details that we are. You've seen it with other drivers for their teams. They've had difficult periods." Speaking to the media, Perez openly acknowledged that he was taken by surprise by the alterations being implemented on the RB19 cars. These changes have had a lingering impact on his performance since the unfortunate incident in Monaco. When queried about the possibility of his driving being too aggressive, Perez responded by saying, "I think what happened in Monaco probably brought me a step back and has taken me some time to fully trust the car the way I was driving it." As speculation continues to swirl around Sergio Perez's future with Red Bull, reports of his contract renewal have surfaced. The growing disparity between Perez and his teammate has become more pronounced, especially in light of his challenges in keeping pace with Verstappen in the race for the world title. This scenario has fueled considerable speculation regarding a potential swap between Perez and AlphaTauri's Daniel Ricciardo. Ricciardo has emerged as a potential replacement for Perez, should such a move come to fruition. What are your thoughts on Sergio Perez's current performance? And do you think he will keep his seat during the 2024 season? Share your opinions in the comments section below and make sure to subscribe for the latest updates on Formula One.